You hear me chewing.
The good news is even if the audio is not so bad, it's really the visuals and the drag and drop and where things are located is the most important thing.
So this is gonna be a lunch meeting, so everybody's like chewing like this. What
Yeah.
should we do? Or whatever,
Yeah.
whoever swallowed stops while the other eats.
Which, what was the scene that you say like comes after the game start menu?
When we start developing VR, we start from the game menu and go from there. Or does it matter? It's not matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you have all individual scenes in your scene folder. Then, when you want to build the run, you have to put the scenes you want in the build.
Or build settings, right?
Yeah. So for example, in this case, I deleted all of them. I don't remember why. Now I do remember why. Because I was in Watershed Explorer's game, like the environmental version, and I came back to the full version.
Yeah.
So that was like that's a residue from the other version I was working, and I came back to the past. So this is not there anymore. I can select them all and delete. So if you wanted to build this game, nothing would work because there's no scenes, and even if it doesn't allow you to build, it has to have at least one scene. So at the end of the day, for example, we will be putting like game, menu, right?
Yeah.
And then the next one and the next one. This is important, and that's a nice segue because there are two variables here. The first variable is the string name of the scene, which is the game menu. And the second variable is the integer, the int0, which is the index. This scene build is an array of scenes. So it starts in 0 and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we are in the code loading and unloading scenes, we can either use the name of the scene or the number of the scene, right? Not only for that, but also for doing the same check at the end of the game. Like, you loaded the scene. It says, what is the name of this scene? What should I activate from the prefab? It's also from all of this. We will come back to this more in details. The next scene we should be using is pretest. Oh, here. Wait. Maybe I need to pause here. I will be back in a moment. I gotta ask something to Dr. Butt. So the second scene is pretest. I'm not gonna save anything that I've done here. You can do it again, and you should do it again, and make the necessary changes.
So.
Just for everybody to get used to the workflow. In Watershed Explorers, we use this black screen with the high logo in the game mechanics. So this is the crossfade prefab, and it was developed in November 30th, 2020. So for you to have access in the scene view, or if you want to see something behind it, like in the game view, it's just black. Select the crossfade first and disable that, and then you see everything. This everything actually is just the photos here of the DNL museum. So in the canvas, oh wait, the last time I was using this project, I hid the canvas on purpose so I didn't see anything. So you can see this eyes here on the left.
Yeah.
So the game objects, they are enabled because they are not grayed out, but they are not being rendered in the editor. Maybe we go to scene, we can see, yes. So in the game view, this is what's going to be showing for the player. But if you are developing and there is something in your face, you can quickly come here and close the eyes. So if you close the eyes of the parent, it closes the eyes of the children as well. So this is the canvas, like this white line with the blue circle bounding circles. But let's say if the canvas is kind of in my way, I click here in the eye, and I hide it.
Yeah.
Only in the scene view, remember that. Uh,
So I'm just having, sorry, I'm
mhm,
having, I can't get that display. You're not in game view. We have the scene. I have the right scene loaded, right? The scene should be pre-test, right?
mhm.
And then I'm in canvas. You have a drop down on canvas,
Mhm.
and then did you select something location or what? Or is
Canvas.
it just yeah
To the left,
to the left?
there's a crossed eye.
Oh no, mine's on.
Wait,
And
maybe
you're
you
not
choose
seeing
crossfade.
anything.
I'm not seeing anything.
So maybe your camera view on the unit editor is not centered. Click twice on canvas.
Maybe you choose crossfade, perhaps.
Made that crossfade probably thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing that's blocking. Okay, so
So
I have to
we
go up
disable the
to
crossfade.
go to pre-test. No,
Mm-mm.
it's
Crossfade? I'm sorry.
it's in game mechanics.
Yeah,
Right.
crossfade here. Only the crossfade.
Oh, okay.
Disable that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mhm.
That was the issue. Crossfade.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna start like pointing out some mistakes.
Mhm.
So you can already, and I can explain with a little more detail. Like I told you, uh, back in the day, we didn't know how to set up the canvas appropriately.
Mhm.
So we have the canvas game object here. The canvas is in a screen space overlay, which means it's taking all the screen space,
Mhm.
period. Screen space overlay, it's overkill for VR because remember, just to exit, it's
Oh,
gonna be inside of your pupil. It's gonna be crazy. Don't use screen space overlay unless you really know what you're doing
yeah.
for VR, headset VR. Uh, the issue I have here that we didn't know is the canvas scaler here. So the UI scale mode is correct. Scale with screen size. So we expect that as we move the screen, it would change this size, right? The second thing that is correct is the reference resolution. This is the first thing second thing we usually need to change. How do you find the reference resolution? Go to the game view, and then whatever you chose here,
Yeah.
like we chose full HD, right? So this is the reference display resolution. So you need to put that here as well
Mhm.
to make sure that whatever you're doing, it's on the same size you're visualizing, right? The third option is screen match mode. So match width or height. This is the secret. Like,
Yeah.
if you want the game and the canvas to be 100% responsive, whether it's like a small screen or a big screen, you need to change this match ratio for 50%, which is 0.5. So what does that mean? Remember the screen match is doing match width or height.
Mhm.
So the match ratio, if you put 50%, is going to match with both. So whenever you're changing the size of the hardware screen, this is going to make a calculation for 50% of the height and 50% of the width is going to dictate how the UI is going to be rescaled. Let's take a look at this like in practice. You can see that there is a lot of UI elements here. If I do like this, everything rescales. See?
Yeah.
But if I don't have like this match, like let's say just height, I guess, one. If I do like this, it's not going to resize. This is the editor. So it will only resize if I change the height like this. I'm sorry, up, down. Maybe it's because I'm full HD, like if we do like this, we could see better. I'm sorry everyone.
There you go.
Here. So can you see that when I did this,
Yeah.
the top screen adjusted?
Hmm.
But if I do like the width, it's still in the same position, but it's not resizing. So the secret is here with 0.5. 50% for each.
Mm.
You can even saw that like when I change here, it changes the size of the canvas elements. So why are we doing this? Because that's the way we put in order to make everything work correctly.
Mhm.
Since we are here, this is from our very first game, iVR0, graphics raycaster. What does that mean? This is an element that you need to have in a canvas to make sure that it's clickable, interactable, right? When you do VR, like it's going to be very soon, we will have to put a script which is OVR graphic raycaster or OVR canvas raycaster. What does that mean? It allows the controller's ray to touch and interact with the canvas or whatever game object that you put that script on. All right. The thing is, it's here. Ignore reversed graphics. That sometimes is not useful.
Mhm.
The ignore reverse graphic means in 2D, look,
Yep.
this is a 2D.
Sure.
This is the front of the 2D UI, and this is the back. So if I'm pointing and clicking here, great. But if I try to point and click on the back, it doesn't work. So sometimes you need to deactivate the ignore reverse graphics, so that you can click whatever place you want. Okay, so bear that in mind.
Okay, fine.
And we are about to end our first under the hood day. We still have 3 minutes. Um, I also need to go because I have a meeting.
Fine.
Let's see. We this is the I'm gonna go back to the reference correct like full HD. The canvas was fixed here, and under this canvas we have the location panel which is on the top.
Mhm.
DNL headquarters in Easton, PA. The location panel is a prefab.
Yep.
Like it's blue. None of the other elements are prefabs because they are transparent. The
Yep.
boxes. Background is an image. It's going to be the same. Scene name. I typed here manually. You can see that there is a light blue color here. So
Mhm.
this is a local change.
Yeah.
CDPA, it's Easton, so it was another local change. Every scene you have to update the location panel. GPS mark is the same. Maybe
Yep.
the color, like this could have been implemented like color, click with the right button, apply to location panel. That's fine because all the location panels they will have this color. And geo context, this is something we're going to discuss on Thursday because we might need to remove that from the VR version. Now, narration panel. That's the panel that has everything here, like the avatars and the dialog boxes.
All right, I'm heading out.
Thank you,
Um,
Professor.
thanks so much, everybody, and I'll see
Thank
you
you.
Thursday morning.
That's
All right. So the default color here is because in the past we were considering to have.
Oh, and they said Thursday is going to be empanadas for tacos for lunch.
I can.
Of course I can.
Um,
I know.
I know.
How old are you, Dr.
So, well,
Morgan?
I'm trying to think if I need to pack a lunch Thursday.
This is just like the progress container because if we want to rescale that, and you can see that is 1.2.
Nope.
So, like, right? And we made that default color because in the past we were going to have like high contrast mode or whatever, but that's not important for now. We're going to stop this recording here. We are understanding the hierarchy of the pre-test, which is the same of the post-test, so we are doing two things at the same time. And then we will continue on how every element was set up and everything else. So let's stop the recording.